let's get into this segment because I'm really excited about this.
Yeah.
We are going to reach deep into the championship audio fun bag. So, I am a connoisseur, I would say, of
Homer calls of the week.
local radio.
Yeah.
Of Homer radio. Because here's the thing, and I'll give you a perfect example.
Yes.
There are, if there's a national broadcast of something, I think people will look at it and say that, like,
you have to be bipartisan.
You got to be bipartisan, right? If you're a Homer, or I don't want to say Homer, if you're only broadcasting for one team, you do not have to be
neutral.
You can go out there and do whatever you want. And so here's what I would say. Here's how I would clarify it. Think about Vince Young's national championship winning touchdown run. There are 2 calls of it, and both of them are very good.
But one of them is elite.
There's Keith Jackson with Vince Young scores. Very good, right? Excellent. He captures the excitement of the moment, but he is down the middle and neutral. He's excellent.
Yes.
But you ask any Texas fan what their favorite call of that touchdown is,
and it's
Craig Way's with touchdown Texas, touchdown Vince Young. That's what I have a deep appreciation for.
I got goosebumps when you said that.
in all aspects of
right,
broadcasting.
Because they're both not easy.
No, they're both tough.
It's both tough to do.
But when you're, like, for example, I can't do it because I have to serve everyone. I know you think I hate your favorite team, but I don't. I'm actually serving the entire audience, right? But if you are the play-by-play guy for, your local high school, you can do whatever you want.
Go for it, dude.
And the reason I bring this up is because yesterday it came to my attention that we found the Sam Houston versus South Dakota State game in the radio broadcast.
The national
I believe
championship.
It's on SHN Sports, I believe, and they had they obviously ESPN had the rights, so they couldn't show the field, but they were showing the broadcasters. We do that with our friends or with our partners at Texan Live sometimes.
Yes.
They showed the broadcasters calling the game. And so I went and I had to fast forward to the throw, Eric Schmidt's throw to Ife Adie that ended up winning the national championship. And so here with the call is Rob Hipp and Brian Adams on the Bearkat Sports Network.
Jaquez Ezzard will rotate over to the left side to join Chandler Harvin. 3rd down and goal from the 10, 21 seconds to go for the Cats. Schmidt in the gun, stands on the 15. Stepping back, Schmidt looking over center. It's caught! It's a touchdown! It's a touchdown! It's a touchdown to Ife Adie! The Bearcats take the lead with 16 seconds to go! Oh, Bubba, what a play!
Unbelievable! Now the Bearcat faithful are going crazy! What a pass and what a catch! Oh my goodness!
KSAM Sports there on the call. Rob Hipp and Brian Adams.
Awesome.
Excellent.
That was my first time seeing that.
Excellent.
That was awesome.
So good.
The turn and look in the
camera. He knows where the camera is because he knows that while most people, I'm sure, are listening to him on the radio in Huntsville.
Right.
He knows that there are people who are watching that online. He's going, ah! Love it.
Look at it. That was elite.
That's just fantastic. It's great stuff.
Can I throw out real fast? I love the fact that he is definitely yelling, but you can still understand him.
Right.
That's elite.
So there was excitement, obviously, there. And part of the excitement there is it's a big play, and also it seals their first national championship, right? Big deal. Big deal. There's another team that won their first national championship. Let's matriculate, stay in the college ranks. Let's matriculate back to 2016. And I had to find this. This is via a video put forth by Mary Hardin-Baylor. But when they won the Stagg Bowl in 2016, they beat Mount Union, and they won their first Division III national championship. Big deal, obviously. Pete Fredenberg gave a great quote afterwards. It was a lot of fun. And so there is some music over it because it's part of a big package they put together, and rightly so. Go nuts. But here's John Wallen's call of the game sealing, the national championship sealing, interception for Mary Hardin-Baylor. Right here.
All we got to do is make the tackle. Cats on back, just a straight drop back. Pretty good protection. Throw across the middle. It's intercepted. Matt Cody picks it off, and Matt Cody has just clinched the first national championship in Mary Hardin-Baylor football history. 35 seconds left, and all the crew has to do is run it out.
That was pretty good. That's I'm a big fan. I'd never heard that before. The reason I wanted to bring it to you is all of these, with the exception of the last one, all of these I'd not heard before.
Right.
And so I presume maybe you haven't heard them before. So hopefully you'll see why I like these. I like the home team calls here is why I like them. And so figure we'll now matriculate to the high school ranks. And there were obviously some exciting state championships this year. Perhaps you heard. There were some exciting state championships. Let's go to 3A Division II. You remember that game?
I do. It was Canadian and Franklin.
Canadian and Franklin. Fantastic game. Franklin,
which we kind of underrated. I'm
absolutely.
not even going to deny.
Was,
we were like, this one might be.
I thought it was going to be a bloodbath.
One of the best games.
I thought Franklin was overmatched, but they came to play and they had a fantastic game plan and had the lead into the final minute. Into the final minute.
Maybe minute 20.
And that is when Josh Culwell uncorked a state championship winning throw. I've cut both the championship throw as well as the very end of the game. You'll see why at the end, but here's Canadian winning the 3A Division II state championship.
Receivers angle, trips to the right, one to the left. Motion. Colwell calls for it, backpedals, looks, throws deep, middle of the field. Man down there, pass is caught. Reagan Cochran to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Reagan Cochran. A flag on the play, Steve. I'm not so sure that's not pass interference.
I think that is going to be pass interference on the defense. Let's see. I sure hope that's what it is. What a play there, and a throw from Josh Colwell. Just nerves of steel. And a great catch by Reagan, and let's find out on this penalty.
28 seconds left to play in the state championship. And my, what an emotional momentum pendulum. As they line up with receivers 2 to the right, look to be a little bit confused on the set. Trips to the right now. Wade back to the midfield. Spun down, sacked. Angel Garcia to finish it off. The Canadian Wildcats have won it. And in 2020, Steve, have left that legacy.
Oh, man. Ooh, emotional, man. Ooh. How about that? Man, how about that ending right there? What a game and an ending. Great way to end it. Angel Garcia hitting Marcus Wade, the quarterback, down. But, oh, man, proud of those Wildcats out there. Talk about leaving it all on the field. That's what they just did.
Wow, exhausting Canadian time.
That's Russell Gadboys and Steve Forrest on the call for the Canadian Sports Network. And that I love that last part in. It's like, wow, exhausting.
Which
like,
it
yeah,
was.
Dude,
it was.
I feel you.
The other thing I love.
Like I didn't have skin in the game, and I was exhausted.
Oh yeah, no, that one was. We were like, oh God, we couldn't. Because I remember thinking, we were like, is this thing possibly going to go into overtime? You know, could we get to a game where it's going to go into overtime? And whoo, I also love that you could legitimately hear the tears forming in the color guys. You know, that's awesome.
Oh, we got more of that.
Okay.
The next one, we're going to stay in 2020, and we're going to stay in the small schools. Go to the small classification, 2A Division II. You remember one of the big upsets was
probably the largest upset on paper.
Oh, yeah. No doubt about that. Was Windthorst beating Mart for the state championship 2A Division II. You may remember how they won the game. They scored in the final minute, 20-something seconds to go, and then they decided to go for 2. Chris Taggart decides to go for 2. They end up getting it. Here's Clay Conradi. I couldn't find the name of his color guy. I really apologize. Calling for the Windthorst Trojans. Here is their state championship winning 2-point conversion on the Windthorst radio.
26 seconds are on the clock, and we've been trying to do the extra point here forever. Are we still on the air, Clay?
Yeah, we're still
okay.
on.
You're looking at your phone like we weren't.
No, I was just checking everything.
Oh. Windthorst is out of timeouts. Mart is out of timeouts. This play will happen now. Like Windthorst on the field, lining up in the jumbo package. They've got it on the 1.5 yard line. It's going to be a direct snap to Ethan Belcher. Here we go. Motion out of the backfield. Ethan takes it. Here we go. Around the right side. He's going to make it in. We got him.
Let's go! Woo! He walks into the end zone.
He walks it in around the right side on the 2-point conversion.
Are you kidding?
But 26 seconds remaining.
22,
26 seconds.
21. Windthorst has the lead.
Oh, my goodness.
This is nuts.
Oh my goodness! They lined up in the jumbo package like we've seen.
Yeah, that was great for Windthorst, the Windthorst Trojans call.
You can tell he's overwhelmed when he goes, I'm looking at
everything.
everything.
Like they're trying to make sure. Like again, I just love the local radio calls because, like, you don't get the like. I don't know the last time Craig Way worried about still being on the air. You know what I mean? Everything's really polished. From our friend Ted Emmerich, when he does a game for ESPN, everyth's polished.
Yeah, well, the other thing
is... For them, they're just like, we're still in the air, right?
Right?
Like, yeah, I'm just looking
we can't miss this
everything, man. That's great.
Well, and that's the other
so
thing
good.
about the small town radio. Everyone knows the broadcaster really well. Like, most of the time, like, I know in Llano, they have been there forever. Art DeLuca, been there forever. You know him. You grew up listening to him. Like... That makes it funny when they go, we're still on the air, right?
That's the beauty of it, is that this is a reflection of the community.
Exactly.
Like, that's why I love it so much. And, like, especially on the high school ranks, they're so much fun. All right, I got one more because it all leads up to give me an excuse to play one of my favorite pieces
clips.
of audio. Okay, if you've never heard this before, this is the 2018 6A Division II State Championship. This is Longview and Beaumont Westbrook. Longview's just taken the lead, but Westbrook, they have not had a ton of answers for Westbrook offensively, like defensively. They have been getting gashed. Robert McGrew's and LaRaven Eli have been torching them. They end up coming up with a big defensive play, and then they're able to kneel out the clock and win their first state championship since 1937 in 81 years. And the guys who have been calling it for like 40 years, okay? It's Johnny Vaughn, Brent Taylor, Mike Richardson, and Eddie Richardson on the call here. You'll get both the big defensive play and then the very end, and this is one of my very favorite audio clips.
1st and 10 at the Longview, at the 47-yard line. They run McGrew on the sweep play. He turns up. Football! Longview got it! Yes! Longview recovered the football! They got the football!
Michael Martin.
It was Michael Martin who recovered it. And we've got 3:40 to go in the game, and Longview's got the lead in the ball. Wow!
As Keith Jackson used to say, and in honor of my friend Keith Bishop, well, Nelly, so 81 years this took.
Yes!
Yes!
Longview has won the state championship. 81 years.
41 for us.
Yes, and 41.
I've been waiting 41 years for this.
41 years. And they ran it out.
It's just, I can't even tell you.
I can't either.
This is just, I'm telling you,
He might
Brent.
have fallen. I'm telling you, they ran it out. I'm telling you, they stormed the field. Wow. Longview has won the state championship. What a comeback and what a game. 35-34.
I got to tell you, Brent, for all the guys that ever played at Longview High School as a Lobo that fell short of our goal, for all the cheerleaders, the band, the fans, I mean, this was a long wait, and we congratulate this 2018 team.
Wow. 16-0. And they ran it out.
So there you go. And I've listened to that about 100 times because it's like my favorite piece of audio.
That's awesome.
It's great. It really captures like why I love these local radio calls, like why they can never go away.
Oh yeah.
And something I've noticed about this, and I believe that's Brent Taylor, who's the main play-by-play guy. This is Brent Taylor. he keeps saying, and they ran it out. He says like 5 times because if you remember, there was like X amount of time left, and Haynes King had to they didn't want to run another play, but it was like 3rd down. They're facing something. He had to kill some time before kneeling so that the play clock would run out before they had to snap it again, and it just so they ended up running it out. He ended up running around 5 seconds, then taking a knee that they don't restart the play clock. State championship's over.
Right.
And in thinking about that, obviously there's a lot of emotions going on there. I think the reason he keeps saying
wrap his mind around it.
He keeps saying, and he ran it out, is because he can't believe how simple it was.
Right.
He just can't believe it. He's like, they just ran it out. It took us 81 years, and then at the end we just ran it out, and then it happened. Guys, that's I'm trying to process his emotions there.
It's almost as in you didn't need the long Hail Mary pass for this 81-year drought. You go out there, you do your thing, you get it done, and then all you have to do is run the clock out.
I think he's just incredulous. He's watched 41 years of Longview football. He knows how football works. But I think at that moment his brain can't wrap his mind around the fact that
we didn't need the saving grace.
All we had to do was just take the ball and run it out. We didn't have to kick a 57-yard field goal or do these crazy.
We just won the football game.
We just won it.
Yep.
And it's over. We did it. That was
That's
I
awesome.
love that call. You can find that on the Longview website. I think it's let me make sure I plug it.
I love that just real fast too at the end they brought up the thing about
lobosfootball.com. You can find it.
Not only for the football players that have played, the people in the town, the cheerleaders, the band, everyone in the community. That was really
cool.
Just
great. All these calls I hope you guys don't think I'm laughing at them. I think these are incredible. I love all these. I love the passion of these, the guys who have skin in the game.
Right.
And, they get an opportunity to call the biggest game. So there you go. There's your audio, your
cool.
championship audio fun bag. Maybe we'll dust this thing off again. It was just an idea I had based on Sam Houston State and seeing their call. So there you go.